Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Yakim and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, They Are Guiding Their Children to Destruction. Alright, once again, they are guiding their children to destruction. And this is coming from a Reddit post that I happened to find a while back ago. It doesn't say necessarily when it was, but I've had it in there for quite some time. Alright, maybe even about a month or two. Alright, and I was going through and clearing the stuff out because, you know, periodically we accumulate all these different little articles and clips and maybe even videos and screenshots that we save to do lessons on, and sometimes the spirit just isn't on us to go through them, so sometimes we got to go through there and clear out our phone, you know, and you not necessarily save up space, you know, some can, but pictures, you know, generally don't take up a lot of space, but just clouding the reel, you know, just clouding it up, clogging it up. It could be you know, articles that you'll actually do, you know, fill it up again and just resort through it, right? So this is one of the ones I had in there when I was clearing out. I said, you know what, I do want to go ahead and touch on this, you know, to give us a little bit of a little switch up, because we've been talking about the war a lot lately through the spirit, and through the spirit I wanted to touch on this one. Right now, a while back ago, I was looking through the Las Vegas subreddit, being that you know we live here. Me and my family live here in Vegas. Well, at least some of them. Right, my wife, right, live here in Vegas, and I was like, you know what, I want to see what they got going on in the Vegas Reddit, because, you know, sometimes they'll have interesting events or news, or we, you know, never know what's going on, all right, in your city. So they have things like this that you can find out what's going on. You know, it's almost like almost kind of like, it's basically city specific. So, you know, events, certain things that are going on, you know, crazy news, weird stuff that only, you know, doesn't make out of local news. So I went there to check it out, and this was one of the ones that was, you know, pretty highly, you know, active at the time. You know, lots of comments on it, and instantly I was like, man, I gotta screenshot this, because this shit's ridiculous and disgusting. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and read it as it is. All right, and we're gonna censor a little bit, because you know how they are. All right, a lot of my lessons lately have been in the controversial bracket. So, you know, trying to keep the page up, right? So it says family. So this is posted by someone with a generic Reddit username. It's like auto-generated. They didn't make this username. When you ever see something like that, like this one, this is auto-generated to Apprehensive Mix 8931. These are auto-generated. These are the ones that Reddit gives you, and usually it's because people are just, you know, what do they call it, a throwaway account, right? So it says family friendly, I'll just say it, family friendly, no, I'm not gonna say it, never mind. Family friendly Q spots in Vegas. All right, and that's, you know, the Q in the alphabet soup, right? So they're looking for family friendly, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, family friendly queer spots in Vegas. That's what they're looking for, right? And you're allowed to say that word, because apparently that word is not derogatory anymore. So, family-friendly queer spots in Vegas. Okay, it says, hi, I'm moving to Vegas from a liberal city with a well-established queer neighborhood and many explicitly queer spaces throughout the city. My husband and I are both bi. All right, which means bisexual, which means they swing both ways, right? The man likes men and women, and the woman likes man and women. All right, it says it's important that we have a family-friendly queer space to take our kids. That's a little weird, isn't it? It says, is there such a space in Vegas? There are a couple of old posts with similar topics, but it looks like the queer coffee shop is closed. Is the center basically the only spot now? Also, please don't say, you know what, phobic stuff, so I don't move there. It's not gonna work. And then this person says, LOL, what the fuck is a queer coffee shop? And the person below, and I laughed at this, said, a coffee shop? It's true. It's true, you know, because a lot of the people working at those coffee shops are, you know, are moles themselves, all right? So, you know, you go there, you see all sorts of people with crazy hairdos and all that, right? So, and people are just we're basically just tearing this person up in the comments because it's ridiculous. Why do you need to take your kids somewhere that supports your lifestyle? And it's for grooming, man. That's all it is. It's grooming. All right. If you look up what grooming is, and you know this term, grooming. The practice of preparing or training someone for a particular purpose or activity. All right. They needed to be groomed. What is child grooming signs? It says targeting specific kids for special attention, gifts, or activities, slowly isolating a kid from family members and friends. Well, that's, differently. That's more about, them getting down with children. But grooming, all right, grooming, and sexual grooming. What is sexual grooming? It says, that's basically what it is. That's basically what these people are doing, all right? Look, it says sexual grooming is when a person slowly manipulates to gain trust and sexual favors. They're not necessarily, I wouldn't be surprised if they get down with their children at some point in time because they're moes, all right, and that they're a very over-sexualized bunch. But the idea of grooming is the practice of preparing or training someone for a particular purpose or activity. They're training these people. They're training their children to be in that same mindset. Why are they doing that? Because her husband's a mo, she's a mo. Okay, so what does she want to do? What do they want to do? They want to groom their children to be mo's as well. So they want to take them to queer spots. They want to take them to alphabet soup crew friendly places, man. Why? Because they want their children to be just like them. Okay, they want their children to be just like them. And the thing is that when they do this, there's no problem with it, right? No one ever calls them out. No one ever says anything about it. But when you, as a heterosexual male or female, says, I want my children to be like me, I want them to be, normal, heterosexual, all right? Now you're a bigot. You're an awful person because you want them to be like you. But when these people want them to be like them and wearing pink and walking around with sex toys in their hands and going and waving rainbow flags around all over the place, that's completely fine. It's completely okay to want them to raise their kids up in that society. But when you try to raise your kids up in a straight heterosexual, a man with woman lifestyle, you're wrong. You're a bigot. You're what phobic. All right, you're a terrible person. Why is that? Why is there that double-sidedness? Why is there that double-mindedness there? That's all part of the Babylonian wine that's being spilled out, man. All right, these people want their children to be like them. They want them to grow up and be, they want them to be just like them. Okay, you have it, and that's why more than likely, when you see these families, for example, on my side of the family, it's not really my side of the family because I've explained it before. My dad's half brother's ex-wife, but she was always considered part of the family, and her kids that were not my uncle's kid were always considered my cousins. Well, my quote-unquote cousins, no bloodline, there's no lineage, bloodline, no related. They're not my kin at all. But that's how families work, and that's just how families work generally. But you wanted to explain that on their side of the family, they're Edomites. That because she's an Edomite. My uncle, I'm not sure what he is because he's half, so he's not bloodline. If anything, I think he might be a Gadite because there's that. But who really even fucking knows? They might be Edomites, but who knows? But that's my littlest cousin's, because one of my so-called aunts daughters is actually through my uncle, which is still no bloodline relation, right? So because it's my dad's half, same mom, different dads, so it doesn't add up. But she, all right, was growing up in that society, and her bigger sister was growing up in that society, all right. And look, they're moles, man, all right, because her mom, I guess they were kind of like so. She was like so, I guess, she liked girls back in the day, I guess. She was a hoe, so I'm sure she's done, swung both ways at some point in her life. So you got that, and then her daughter, the older one, she turned out to be a mo, and then now the littlest girl is like 15 or 16. She's a mo. She's bisexual, right, or pansexual, one of them. So that's what happens when you see these families, all right, that have more than one prominent member as a mo. Generally, there's a lot of people that are going to turn out as a mo. Okay, that's just how it goes. That's just the way it is, all right, because they're taught that. Okay, just like it's just when anything's pushed in a family, All right, if you come from a military family, that whole military ideology is pushed. Like, hey, you need to join the military. You need to join the military. Oh, my father joined the military. My father's father joined the military. My father's 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 joined the military. That type of stuff, right? Because that's their lifestyle. They want you to be in that, and that's what these Moes do. That's their lifestyle, so they want to push it on you. Well, you need it. Or, do you feel like you like, boys, even though you're a boy? Do you feel like, we're to take you to these events, and you're gonna be around other people that are like that, and maybe you'll understand and see. And then when they see it and it's normalized, then they're gonna start doing it. That's grooming, man. That is grooming. But you can't call it out. You cannot call it out. Okay? There's that video, kid calls mom out on LGBT. Here, check this out.
Now it's time for Lefty's Losing It agenda.
Doesn't matter if I am gay or a lesbian or any of that. She doesn't care. All she cares about is that I'm a part of it. And if I'm not a part of it, she'll try to convince me to join it. Cause
What are you saying right now?
Facts.
That I would convince you to join what?
The LGBTQIA plus community.
See? There you go. Grooming. There's a bunch of them. All right, look. Queer mom blasted for calling newborn a gay baby. And look, these are the women of the... Look, man. Look. Fucking gross ass, nasty, pus-ridden, nasty-looking barbaric bitch. Nasty. Okay? And that's who these people are. They're grooming these children. They are grooming these children. So let's go back and read a little bit more. Here's another one. It says, why does it have to be a queer spot? Pretty sure you can go just anywhere. Straight people go and no one is going to care. This person says, laugh my ass off for real. They got downvoted. They say, check out the other comments and I hope you can see that isn't true. It says, people are just giving you a hard time because you're intentionally trying to segregate yourself for being queer. As long as you're not trying to push yourself onto straight people, no one cares. It says, come on, man, can't have a normal personality or anything. This person says, missing the point. This person says, or proving it. So, they can't have a normal personality. These people's personality, and I know because I work around a bunch of them, I can't even fucking have a conversation with these people, man. Because it's every other conversation, you'll be like, oh yeah, what type of music do you like? Oh yeah, I'm so, so me, and we were going to this gay club. It's like, okay, yeah, well, what's your favorite movie? They're like, oh, sucking dick. And it's fucking, this is these people, man. That's all they think about. And you can't even fucking talk to these people. You really can't. Because they're brainwashed and they're over-sexualized, and they're trying to push that same ideology onto their children. They're pushing, it's just, ugh. There's so much. This says, bruv, keep kids away from that shit. They got downvoted, as you can see. It says, I 1,000% agree with you. This is what's wrong with society. Kids should not be around this type of nonsense. I have a 3-year-old, and it sickens me that people knowingly expose their kids to this type of behavior. And what do they have at these queer bars and stuff? And queer spots? A lot of sex, because that's their whole thing is based about sex. Their mind is about sex. There's a gay guy at my job, and all he talks about is, I don't even want to repeat the shit that he says. Oh, suck on this, put this up here, do this, do that. Oh, my boyfriend, this and that. Oh, we went to gay and popping this and drugs and it's a lifestyle full of sex and drugs. Okay, and the all the people at my work, almost all the people are in that community. My manager, my assistant manager, the assistant manager's friend. There was another lady, but she left. That's just the state of this place, man. That's just the state of this place. Okay, they want everybody to follow this ideology, and there was never this many Moes before, but now there is. And this person says, expose your kids to what exactly, dude? Your kid is going to be exposed to gay, straight, queer, and everything in between people, whether you like it or not. And to a point, this person he's trying to push the agenda too, but they have a point. Because the schools that your children are going to now, preschool, elementary, all right, middle school, high school, they all have individual pride fests with rainbows and everything in the school, all right, for inclusivity. So that's what they're pushing. It says This person says, obviously you're a whack job liberal, but how about just letting your kids be kids without all the queer shit? The future generation is fucked because of sickos like you. And it's true, and that's the things that I got. We're gonna grab some scriptures, and this is that wine of Babylon, and it is absolutely working. It is absolutely working. Okay, at one point, it was really only, a Babylonian custom, and then it spread and spread and spread, and now everyone all across the world, except for a few select societies, are totally down with this Mo agenda, man. This is Revelation 18:3. It says, for all nations, right, all countries, right, all places, all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, all nations can also refer to people. So all people, all places have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, and this wine is this political, the political structure is really the image of the beast, but the wine is these ideologies. Okay, so you have that wine, that Babylonian wine with the image of the beast going hand in hand, not single-handedly, but double-handedly through these two things, corrupt and, mentally enslave the populations of the world, all right, in their mindset, to get in their brain and have them think a certain way, all right? You've been brain controlled, mind controlled, all right? It's all part of that, all right? Because, they're forcing these people into these alternative lifestyles. Why are they doing that? And how are they forcing people in? Because if you talk about these people, you're wrong, you're bad, you're the evil one, and then you get canceled, you lose your job. So eventually, like, oh, well, I got to go along with it, and you go along with it, and then you're you're so good, you're such a great person for allowing this, and and that's how they do it. It's fucking, it's brain dirtying, man. It's brain control, mind control. All right, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundances of her delicacies, Salakia. So these people are profiting off of the wickedness that's going in Babylon, and in the wine of the wrath of her fornication isn't just, the LGBTQIA, all right, and I'm gonna have to put this is another lesson that's gonna more than likely gonna go on the backup page, all right, but, this is just the state of things, all right? They have many different things. They push all sorts of doctrines, all right? It's not just the alphabet crew, all right? It's not just that, all right? The wine of the wrath is all the ideologies, all right? All the ideologies, that they push here. All right, there's so many I can't even begin to name them, okay? The godlessness, the wickedness, right? The homosexuality, all sorts of different things. That's all the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That's the Babylonian wine, right? And the merchants of the earth, all these big league, BlackRock and Amalekites, all right, really, mostly the Amalekites, but all the merchants, all right, even people from, other parts of the world. That's why they come to Babylon to build up their empires, right? And they wax rich the bunch of her delicacies, which is wickedness, all right? Through whatever the hell they push out there, weed shops and all these different, all sorts of weird shit, man. This is Proverbs 17:15. It says, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they are both abomination to the Lord. And that's exactly what these people are doing. They're justifying the wicked, and they're justifying wickedness to their children. They're pushing this on them, okay? They're pushing this on their children. That's justifying. They're saying this is okay to do. You're okay, okay? When two men love each other, they hit the Hershey Highway. And, well, do they make babies? No, they don't make babies. They just do it because it feels good, Jimmy. And they're teaching this to children, man. They're teaching this in elementary school and stuff, all right? Just as they would, and they're teaching it alongside of heterosexual sex ed, okay? And you can explain heterosexual sex ed, when a man loves a woman, they lay down, the daddy puts the rod in the mommy, and then what happens after that? A baby's born. That's how you were made, Jimmy. Well, what about two daddies? Well, they just do it for fun, Jim. How do you explain that to children? Well, why do they do it? Because it feels good. Well, why? Because when you take, and then it gets very, very sexual, and they're teaching this to children. And when you call it out, when we say anything about it, that's why I have to put this shit on a backup, not this shit, but I have to put this on a backup page just because they'll more than likely take it down. And I can't afford to have a strike on the main channel. You can't, look, man, this is Babylon. This is Babylon. You cannot speak out. You will submit and you will obey. All right, you will suffer and you will like it. All right, that's Babylon. You will fucking suffer, and you will like it, and you will not say anything about it. And if you do, we will silence you. We will take down your videos. We will take down your accounts, and you will sit, and no one will be able to hear you. And if you keep on doing it, we'll make you disappear if you happen to get big enough, right? That's what these people do. They don't want you talking about this. They don't want you saying anything against it. We're the bad guys. Instantly the bad guys. They say do this. We say don't do it. We're the bad guys. Okay? If these people were to tell you to kill yourself tomorrow and we said don't do it, that's dumb, we'd be, no, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. They're extremists. They're conspiracy theories. You people are so fucking dumb and brainwashed that you guys are going to go on with every little thing ever. And they've roped the society, and they've railroaded the shit out of how the society in Babylon goes. You haven't seen it since the 1970s, the 60s, and before. All right, and slowly, really prominently since the 1960s, pushing love is love and free love and one love and all this stuff in the 70s and the 80s AIDS epidemic, and then the 90s they started pushing it, and during the 2000s, oh, you can't say gay, don't say gay, all these different things, and then boom, all of a sudden now you can't even, there's laws, you can't even say certain shit in Canada. You wanna know what? You'll go to jail. You'll go to jail. You misgender someone in Canada, you'll go to jail. How dumb is that? You see how they've roped and persuaded and railroaded? Look up what railroading is. What is railroading?
Railroading.
Railroad.
To press someone into doing something by rushing or coercing them. All right, to pressure them, to harass them and hound them into doing it. All right, to strong arm them into do it. What is coercing?
Coerce.
Persuade an unwilling person to do something by using force or threats. You will like this gay agenda or you will be canceled. You will lose your job. You cannot say anything against this. You have to like it. And you're gonna wear this, and when Pride Month comes, you're gonna wear this fucking shirt when you go to work, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna wear the rainbows, all right, and you're gonna fucking like it. You're gonna like it. And if you don't like it, we're gonna fire you, and you're not gonna have a job, and you're not gonna be able to pay for your family. That's coercing. That's force and threats. That is unjust as fuck. But can't say anything about it. Can't say anything about it. Why? Because then you're a bigot. You're a bigot. There you go. These fucking Edomites, man. This is Proverbs 17:15. Once again, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they are both abomination to the Lord. You're an abomination. Here we are saying this is wrong, and you condemn us. What we're saying is just. That's just. It's from the Bible. And the Bible says it. Let's go over there. Let's go. Leviticus 18:22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Well, that's talking about men should not lay with little children. That's an incorrect translation from the German Bible. Okay, the German Bible? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was the original translation. The German Bible. Wow, who would have guessed? That's not what it's talking about. All right, and if you want to continue with that bullshit, we can go here. Men with men doing that which is unseemly. Let's see. Romans 1:27. If you think that one was a lie, what about this one? And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one towards another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was met. Okay? There you go. Look, you can go up here. Look, you can go up here to verse 24. Alright, where it says, Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. We'll read all the way down. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, which is to put their rod inside their box and have babies, right? Burned in their lust one towards another, men with men, burned in their lust towards one another, burned in their lust towards one another, men with men, working that which is unseemly. What is unseemly?
Unseemly.
Not proper or appropriate. And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met. There you go. There you go. There you go. 28. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, and whispers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who, knowing the judgment of the Most High, this is speaking of the Israelites, but it can be used, to show you that yes, this is the homosexuality is frowned upon in the Bible, and it is said not to do it. All right, who, knowing the judgment of the Most High, they which commit such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So not only do these people know that, they understand, they still do them, and they have pleasure in them. Let's go back to verse 29. Let's go and get this in the Blue Letter Bible. I'm curious. Will it be pornos or porneia? Let's see if it's going to be pornos or porneia. All right, Romans 1 and 29. Come on. Porneia. Wow, would you look at that? It says, well, let's go. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication. Okay? It says that they did, in verse 28, what were they doing? It says, even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, right? And it continues on. So what is fornication? They were doing these things. What is fornication? This is Strong's G4202. Come on. And they're fucking intercepting my internet here because that's what they're doing. They do this shit. This is ridiculous. Give me a moment. Let's try that. It's a little lower than usual. I usually get up in the 5s. Give me a moment. Let's see that. I'll allow it. It should work better now. I don't know. Is it gonna play?
Strong's G 4202. Porneia. Porneia.
Porneia. All right, and that's where the word or there's pornos, which the word porno comes from. Pornography, right? The sexual imagery, sexually explicit imagery, right? It comes from this Greek word pornos or porneia. All right, and porneia is very specific because if you get pornos, all right, it talks about a couple different things, but it doesn't mention. Well, it mentions like unlawful sexual acts, but it doesn't specifically mention right here. Okay, it doesn't specifically mention right here. So, if you want to deny and say, oh, Leviticus, oh, this, that, then speaking of little kid, cool. Guess what? It's not cool, but all right. You can't explain this though. You just can't explain it. Here it is: porneia, illicit sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, and intercourse with animals, which these people do as well. So you might be able to fight Leviticus with that little, false little thing that you have there, but that can be easily debunked. But go to Romans 1 and 29 and debunk that. You can't do it. Can't. It's impossible. So there you go. So you're wicked, man. You're wicked, and you're just trying to justify it to yourself. Okay, and there you go. So there's no way around it. There's no way around it. And you've been trained, man. You've been prepped. You've been groomed. All right, you've been groomed into grooming your children, and your children are groom their children. You've been groomed by the government, man. Admit it. You're done. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. You people are all fucked up in the mind. You think everything bad is good and everything good is bad. You're all fucked up. You've really been completely rewired by your government. You dumbasses really think the government's out here to help you, and you go and vote, and you're so fucked up. You guys are so dumb. You're so dumb. All right, you're just. I can't even begin to say how dumb you are. Now, there's some people in the world that, they might not have the spirit, the truth, all right, but they have a little bit more of an intelligence to them, and they can at least see that the government's not for them. A lot of these people are very, very dumb, all right? They're very dumb, all right? And especially, and we don't deal with, politics. We don't vote or none of that, but especially these leftists, man. These Democrats, and I'm saying the Democrats because the Democrats and Republicans, they're both government puppets, but they're used as puppets for different reasons. They try to rope all the racists into the Republicans, and they rope all the moes and weirdos and alternative lifestyle having fucking weirdos into the Democrats. The people that bark like dogs and the furries and all these weirdos, they rope them into the Democrat section, and the Republicans are, the racists and all that stuff, right? But really, the Republicans have more of the decent mindset views. They have they don't believe in abortion. They believe that drugs should be banned. Meanwhile, the Democrats, they're wanting drugs to be, everybody should be able to use drugs and hey, let's all be gay and all this weirdo stuff. All right, it's a political mind fuck. That they're using on you people, all right, to separate you into these two groups. And like I said, some good ideologies are held by some of those groups, all right, but at the end of the day, they're used for a purpose, all right, for a brain dirtying purpose, to rope you in and groom you, okay. Now, so that's just how it is, all right. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. This is what you've been trained to do, okay? You see the prophets on the highways and byways and on YouTube, and you say, oh, that's bad. Wrong, that's good. And then you see gay pride festival, and you say, that's good. Wrong, that's bad. You've put good for bad and bad for good, and you've put darkness for light. All right, and light for darkness, and bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter, as the scripture says. You're mixed up, you're messed up, you're Babylonianized. All right, you're full of babble. Babel is a confused noise, and that's what this place is, man. Babylon's a confused noise of people that don't know who the fuck they are. There are men out here that don't know they're men. What? How? How do you not know? This is the state of society now. This is the state of society. People really sit back. Go out and pull their rod out and take a piss and think, am I a man? I don't know. Are you? What gave it away? These people are really sitting there questioning their sexualities. No, man, you just pulled your rod out to take a leak. You're a man. Did you sit down? All right, and all that? Yeah, well, not necessarily if you just sit down. If you sit down and do you have a pair of boobs on you, then guess what? You're a woman. It's that simple. But these people are sitting around, here it is, a woman with boobs. Maybe I'm a man. No, you're not. You're not. You want to know why? Because you have mammary glands. You have a uterus. All right. You have ovaries. You're a woman. All right. Well, I don't know if I'm a man. No, you have balls and a wiener, man. You have armpit, crazy armpit hair, and you have lots of testosterone, and you can build muscle fat. You're a fucking man. You're a man. It's not that hard. I can't believe we've resorted to the level where we gotta go along with these people's delusions and who they are. No, man. You're assigned a gender at birth. Okay, and that's what it is. There's two. You're either male or you're female. All right, and on the off chance you end up being born with a rod and a box, because that can happen extremely rarely as a mutation, and you'd be considered a what do they call them, a hermaphrodite. Then guess what? Those ones are still gendered, right? They're still gendered. How they gender hermaphrodite? Do they have a uterus? Yes. Okay, that's a female. Do they not have a uterus? Female. That's a male. They don't have a uterus? Male. All right, they have a uterus, female. That's how they gender hermaphrodites. Now, even though they have the male and female sexual genitals or organs, all right, one of them, you know, you can't have everything, all right? You can't produce sperm and have a uterus at the same time. It doesn't work like that. So it's either one or the other. You either produce sperm or you have a uterus. And that's how they gender those people. So before you, and I always have to mention that because, you know, some of these fucking weirdos will come in here and try to say something. What about the hermaphrodites, huh? Well, oh yeah, you mean the people that they still gender because they have this reproductive organ? What's their reproductive organ do? Which one actually reproduces? Because one's usually inert. One doesn't work, all right? That's how it works. Because it's a mutation. It's not something that's normal or natural, all right? That's a curse. So there's that, in case you want to fight that and try to go look it up. Do the research for yourself. It's Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed. And what is this? What are these unrighteous decrees? These laws. You can't speak about this. You can't say that. You can't do this. Oh, you have to do this. You have to put this in the school. You have to do... That's unrighteous, man. That's wicked. All right, and who has the ability to decree these unrighteous decrees? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And that's all they ever do is just, you know, right grievousness. Let's do something horribly wicked. All right, and they set these stumbling blocks and these, you know, these snares and these traps. And this agenda is one of them, man. This agenda is one of them, to have you believing in it and following along with it. And you guys are done, man. Here we are at the end of the world, and you're trying to figure out if you're a man or a woman. Yeah, you guys are fucking done, man. You're done. We're at the end of this thing, and you're trying to figure out if you're a man or a woman. Come on, really? Never in a million years would I've ever believed this shit. When I was a kid, when I was a child, we you know, these people were ostracized, man. We'd make the fucking fun out of someone. They say, "Oh, I don't know if I'm a man or female." Like, well, goddamn, Jim, what do you got in your pants? I think you figured it out. You'd be ostracized. Well, that's unfair. That's unfair. No, you're fucking confused. Get away from here. Don't you have some fucking meeting or a weird furry convention to go? Don't you have to be on Twitch TV for for fucking 30 hours a day? Don't you have some Discord server to run? You fucking weirdo. Don't you have somewhere to be? Don't you have a Reddit to go moderate? God damn, you fucking weirdos. You're weird, man. I don't even want to be around you. I don't even like being around you. You're weird. I can't have a conversation with you people. None of us can. You're weird. You're not normal. Okay? You're fucking weird. This is why bullying should have never went away. Some of you people need bullied, man. Some of you people needed bullied. Now everyone's included. Everyone's included. Oh, you're included. No, this is the reason why we had bullying, man. You were fat, you got bullied, you lost the weight. Now you don't get bullied for being fat. Oh my gosh, you're so strong for being fat. Oh, you know, I wish I was fat. You know, fucking that's these, oh, you're so beautiful. You're beautiful than the skinny one. No, you're not. Big Bertha, no you're not. You're fat and you're ugly and you're nasty and you need to lose weight. That's why you got so much acne on your goddamn face, okay? Because all that fucking pork grease and Burger King is soaking through your goddamn skin and giving you skin blemishes, and you look like a fucking lard ass. You look like a goddamn Michelin Man, alright? You look like a combination of Michelin Man and hey you guys. Yeah, fucking looking dumb, man. But these people are celebrated. Look at them, they're so brave. They're not brave. Yeah, they're brave to go outside looking like that, because I wouldn't do it, man. I'd be trying to, I wouldn't even go to the gym, man. I'd save up money and buy a treadmill for my house. I wouldn't even want to be seen, okay? But these people are celebrated and idolized upon the community. And if they're gay, oh boy, they're the world's biggest hero. Oh, you're gay, fat, and ugly? Oh my gosh. Oh, you're an idol. I want to be just like you, man. Fucking retarded. Anyway, let me grab a drink and we're going to get Psalms chapter 64. We're just going to read down until we hit the point. But remember, guys, we can't say these things. We got to conform to society. We have to conform to society. They can say whatever they want. They can call us dumb, bigots, idiots, racists, morons, set in our ways, you know, old school, retards, lack of intelligence. They can call us all these things, but if we say, oh, you're pushing an agenda and you're grooming the children and we're not with it, we're wrong. Video taken down. That's just how it works. Psalms 64, and I can't wait for Yahweh Shem Yahushai to come back, and Yahushai to come back on the chariots and just destroy the fuck out of this place. I just can't wait. All right, none of us can. We cannot wait. Lord willing, we're part of the elect, and there's a big window that we get to stand in front of on the chariots and just watch this fucking place burn to the goddamn ground. I want to see this place got to go. I want to watch this shit burn. I mean, burn to the ground, to the core. Okay. And there's multitude of reasons why, Lord willing, I hope that I'm of the elect, all right? That's one of the reasons, you know, and I don't want to disappoint the Lord, all right, and a multitude of reasons, but, man, and on top of that, so many reasons, but one of those reasons is, man, I want to have the front row seats, all right, the press booth, as they have in football, right? The press booth view to watch the destruction of this place, man. A lot of us do. All right, the elders, apostles, brothers, we all want to see it. All right, we want to watch this place burn. This place has done no good for us. All right, this place has done nothing good for us. All right, at all. It's not done one lick of good for us. It's persecuted and ostracized us and kicked us when we're down. And this place has got to fucking go. We want to see our enemies burn. We want to see this place burn. All the Walmarts burn to the ground. All the Smiths and Albertsons burn to the ground. We want to see the Ford dealerships burn to the ground. All right, the Nissan and all these different places burn to the ground. The Planned Parenthood places burn to the ground. All right, we want to see the YMCA's and the hospitals and the malls and the weird fucking concert avenues and the coliseums that are the Allegiant Stadium and even my team my team Arrowhead Stadium. All right, we want to see all this shit burn to the goddamn ground. Nothing saved. All right, every Walmart, every gas station, everything done, burnt, down to the core, ground, ashes, nothing left. Nothing left. That's what we want to see. And all the people, all of our enemies, all these wicked Edomites, they gotta go. All these Jakes that were too busy with fucking Wild Irish Rose and a fucking cooler Newport, all right, and pork grease, they all gotta go. All these weird Moes and alternative lifestyle, weird color-haired idiots, they gotta go. There's not gonna be too many people left. There's not gonna be too many people left at all. So Psalms chapter 64, it says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And yes, that's speaking of this little group called the Illuminati. And the Illuminati is only one. It's not really even... It's the secret council of the wicked is larger than the Illuminati. The Illuminati is just the group that you know about, all right? But it's speaking of these councils of the elite, all right? These elites, secret organizations and all that, right? That's what they're speaking of. It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter word. Now, these arrows are little doctrines and slip-ups and snares and little things to have your mind fucked up, right? Or to reveal or you know, little mischievous things, right? It says that they may, in verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately, saying, who shall see them? And these snares, and just like the arrows, are multitude of things, all right? Slip-ups and stumbling blocks, all right? You know, things to mess your mind up, all right? Laying snares, all right? And this Mo agenda is part of that snare as well, okay? Because they're trying to put this up so you slip up. Maybe I'm gay. No, Jerome, you're not. You're just fucking confused because you're in Babylon. It says... in verse 6, they search out iniquities, wickedness, right? They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And I always use for my example of that, all right, the Most High shooting an arrow at them and their own tongue falling upon themselves is the whole Kanye and Kyrie. Kanye and Kyrie, man. All right, Kanye was out here saying that, you know, the small hats control everything and you can't speak about them. And if you do say anything about them, you'll get canceled and you'll lose everything you got and they'll ban you and silence you. And what happened when he did that? They said, oh, well, we got to get rid of him. And they banned him and silenced him. And everybody said, wait a minute. Hold up. That's exactly what he said. All right, and I know I explained it this way hundreds of times, not millions, hundreds, not even hundreds probably. But I always use the same example. All right, you learn through repetition, right? And so here they were. They thought they were going to shoot an arrow, but the Most High shot them with an arrow, and they were wounded, man. And everyone said, "Wait a minute, Kanye said you can't talk about these people," and they were saying that was anti-Sem. They were saying that was anti-Sem, but he was right though. He said you can't speak about those people because they control everything, and they said, no, we don't control everything, and meanwhile, he was banned off of everything. They must control everything. Yeah, you fuckers messed up. And that was one of the biggest mistakes you've made in quite a long time. All right, that was a big mistake. It was very revealing. All right, and really that started a lot of Israelites woke up from that, and a lot of people, it spawned a lot of what you would call anti-Sem. A lot of people waking up and say, hey, wait a minute, these fucking people control everything. All right, these people control everything. Okay, it spawned that because a lot of people woke up and said, hey, wait a minute, what Kanye said was exactly true. And then they looked into it, and then they found this, and they found the Hebrew Israelites, and found the information. They're like, wait a minute, these guys are the fucking devil. These guys are the devil. That makes so much sense. And so you fucked up, Amalek. You fucked up. This is Leviticus 20 and 13, because this is the law of what should be done to those type of people. Okay? That the Mos, all right? If a man also lie with mankind, as he lie, I don't know if I called it, but Leviticus 20 and 13, if a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. No if, ands, or but what, but no if, ands, buts. No, you both did it. You got popped. You're guilty. You were the one doing the popping. You're guilty. All right, but your blood's upon you. Both of you should be put to death. That's how it goes, right? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. We're gonna close out, and you guys are gonna continue to do it because you popped a man last week and nothing happened. All right, you popped a man yesterday and nothing happened. You popping a man right now and nothing happened. But guess what? This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work, right? Sentence, judgment, right? Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Because you can pop a man and you don't die right there, that day, and you can live for months and years on, and it seems like nothing ever happened. You feel fine. I'm gonna do it anyway. You know, it says that you're gonna be put to death, but I didn't get put to death. Well, guess what? It's just a matter of time when Yahushua comes back to dead this place. And we're waiting for it, all right? And Lord willing, we're part of the elect, because this place has got to fucking go, all right? And this one's definitely going up on the backup page. This one's probably even get removed from there, so you'll probably have to watch this one on Rumble. But, you know, I am going to close out with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, the time and the truth to rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. These people are trying to, groom their children to do wickedness, man. We got to get the fuck out of here. Until next one, Lord willing, Shalom.